Hey guys, hello everyone. How is everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. How's life treating you? Or rather, I think it's best to ask, how are you treating life? Perspective, guys, perspective. Anyway, I hope you're steering your life towards the destinations you desire. Sometimes it's not about like productivity or what society views as success. Sometimes it's all about just living a meaningful life, living with a sense of purpose, living like with self-efficacy, and just finding your own fulfillment and well-being. And I hope you're doing just that, like sticking to your lane, doing things that make you happy, like working on your own map, like using your own map and kind of stuff like that. And I know we are just a few days into the month. Happy September, guys. And I pray that this month and the remaining months of the year be a blessing to you and yours. And if the past 8 months were not kind to you, I'm sorry that life had to throw you the curveball. And if you are in the verge of like hopelessness, I hope this episode comes as a reminder to not give up, to keep pressing on. Don't give up on hope, guys. Don't give up on healing. Don't give up on clarity. Don't give up on happiness. Don't give up on that financial breakthrough or whatever it is that has been clogging your mind with restlessness. Or if you had these plans or idea of how your life will look like this month, or these plans that you had set out, remember, sometimes life is what we make it, and sometimes even life doesn't go as we plan. Sometimes things don't happen as we plan. So I hope this episode will be a reminder for you to keep going despite the surrounding circumstances. And one thing we do have is the power to choose where we focus our energy on, because things are not gonna always work how we want them to, right? But I'm sure even in the midst of all this chaos, in the midst of all this confusion, in the waiting seasons, there's also beautiful things happening. There's things that you didn't see happening and they happened. There are things you wanted to happen but they didn't happen. And that is life, and that's okay, right? So appreciate the beautiful things as you pray and believe that all the other things too will work out perfectly and at the right time. There's this analogy that George Indirango gave about pockets of happiness, and I really liked it and resonated with it. Most of us are always like, when I get this car, I'll be so happy. When I achieve this and that, I'll be happy. When this happens is when I'll be happy, and so on and so on. But happiness is not a travel destination. So the meaning of like pockets of happiness is like, let's say at this minute you're having or doing your favorite thing and you're at your happiest. Pocket that moment and embrace it wholly. Maybe the next minute you're spending time with your loved one. That's another pocket of happiness, and all other things that make you happy in your day-to-day life. And I believe that's how life should be. Like every little thing that makes you happy, pocket it, embrace it wholly, enjoy the moment. Because you never know. This minute you're happy, the next minute things are going haywire, and that's how life is, right? So make your life like small pockets of happiness and small pockets of any other thing that keeps you going or makes your life sane and fulfilled. And there's no one who has this perfect life. It's you who makes your life perfect, makes your life full and content. And despite all the uncontrollable circumstances that are not within our power, you should purpose to collect moments of joy that bring you fulfillment. Like when things aren't going too well, you also embrace that as well and go through it. And all this is to remind you that when life knocks you down, just get up. Not just get up, but you get up, brush yourself off, and keep moving on. And it doesn't matter whether you brush yourself off after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months, after a year. That's okay. There's no time frame to healing. There's no time frame to letting go. There's no time frame to anything. Just take your time, and my healing might not be the same as yours. Some people move on within a day, some people move on within a week, some take years, some take months. It's okay. That's you. Embrace that, And you may be angry, you may be upset, you may be disappointed. Disappointed. But you can't stay that way for long because life moves on, right? Life moves on, and you can't keep on holding to maybe this one occurrence that happened, or one experience that happened that made you feel this way. Because if you hold on to that, you're gonna miss all the other beauty of life. So you need to brace up. You've got to face the unexpected speed bumps in life, that no matter how intimidating they may be, because unfortunately life doesn't stop throwing curveballs, right? And it is in this unprecedented, it is in this moment and these trying times that it is important to remember that we are all in this metaphorical boat, and we must continue to take life as it comes and just purpose to handle it in the best way we can. And if for some reason we can't handle it on our own, there's always a helping hand out there for all of us. There's always someone you can talk to. There's always a friend you can talk to. There's God you can talk to. There's family you can talk to. There's maybe books or things you can listen to that are going to make you feel better, that are going to help you go through whatever you're going through. And that's life, And once you come to this realization that all these life terms and all these happenings in your life, they are also God's term, because that's that's your journey, That's what God intends for you to go through, maybe to come out this person, maybe for your next mission, for your next purpose, for your next blessing, for whatever is coming in your life. And that's your own lane, And you live your life knowing that God is in charge and He has a plan and a purpose for you. Okay, so guys, on today's episode, I just want to remind you to keep going no matter how life feels at the moment. You've got to keep going, guys. And in honor of this month, which is World Suicide Prevention Month, I think it was on the 10th, and I know that we've lost so many of our soldiers who lost the zeal to life, and giving up sometimes feels like the best option. But guys, we've gotta keep going no matter how many times we fall, no matter how many times we try and it's always the same story, no matter how many times we screw up and think to ourselves that there's no point in carrying on, no matter how many people tell us that we can't do it, we have to keep going and never quit. Let quitting not be an option, okay? Because sometimes personally I sit and wish that life didn't have all these challenges, but that would be pointless, because all these challenges, they birth resilience. All these challenges, they birth strength. All these challenges, they birth perseverance. They help us grow and get out of our comfort zone. They help us discover our purpose. And most times, these challenges even bring us more closer to God, because how else will His power manifest, So guys, you're not alone. Everyone is going through something. I know we live in a picture-perfect world, but that's not the reality of things. As you go through life, try to remember the book of Romans 12:12. It says, "Be joyful in hope, be patient in afflictions, and be faithful in your prayer." When joy is there, you understand, stay joyful in hope and be patient when things are not working out, and stay faithful in your prayer. You've got to trust God through it all. And as per one of the previous episodes I did, ask God to make you understand what He's teaching you in that season that you're in. And sometimes it's not even about us learning anything. It's us learning more about God, so that if you ever go through same things or even worse things, you always remember the God that healed me when doctors had lost hope in me, the God that opened the door for me when all my chances were at stake, the God that favored me in the room full of thousands of people, the God that healed me when I went through the worst breakup, the God that sustained me even when I didn't know how, the God that took me out of those beans and trashes and whatever, the God that saved you, the God that gave you a second chance, the God that loves you so dearly. So no matter what and no matter how hard it may be, try to lean on that little hope, guys. Try to lean on God. And today I want you to just do that, and sometimes we don't know why we're going through these things, and we don't understand them. And the book of John 13 7 as well, it says, like, you do not realize now what I'm doing this, you do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you'll understand. So your today doesn't have to make sense to you, but later on you'll understand why you had to go through that, which is pressing you now. So how are you treating life, guys? I want you to change how you view everything that happens in your life. I want you to try again, even when all the odds are against you. I want you to have a little hope, and I want you to keep going. Yesterday, I was talking to one of my beautiful friend, and I was telling her about the two sides of our heart, the positive and the negative, or the good and the bad, or the evil and the whatever, however you want to call it. And that good side, the positive side, is full of hope, is full of love, is full of kindness, is full of joy, is full of gratitude, is full of compassion, is full of forgiveness, and all the other good qualities. Name them all. And on the other side, it's full of all the other qualities: fear, hate, hopelessness, giving up, unkindness, gossip, all those not beautiful qualities, right? And as we have the power to choose which side we feed and choose to activate in our lives. Like, if you let fear always win, then it's gonna give you more reasons and more circumstances and situations that will allow fear to play out. But if you feed and lean on the other side of hope, of faith, of gratitude, then life will give you more reasons to be grateful. When fear tries to creep in, you'll be able to silence it because you are not operating on that energy. It's like, for example, let's say a gaming control pad, right? You have two of them, and then maybe you have this one player game. You can shut the other control pad and you'll be able to control the game with one controller, right? So same thing, try shutting the other side that tries to tell you to give up, that side that tries to keep reminding you that you're a failure, that side that keeps reminding you of your past, that side that brings the worst of you, that side that makes you fear, that side that makes you not believe in anything, that side that makes you have the depression, anxiety, all those stuff. You have the power to shut it all down. And it's not an overnight thing, guys. It doesn't happen overnight, but you have to intentionally do it. And some days those negative voices will creep in, right? But if you've been putting in the work, if you've been intentional, you'll be able to recognize them. You'll be able to recognize, that's not the voice I want to listen to now, right? And you'll be able to shut it, and it's not going to affect you like you did before. And that's how healing and self-work is. It's an ever unending journey, but you get better, you get more resilient, you get more stronger, you get more confident, and even braver with time, for sure. So my message for you today is just keep going. Just have hope, just have faith, and remember that the same God that sent a bird to feed Elijah in the desert will show up for you in that situation that you think is impossible, okay? So my message to you today as well is, let's all spread love, let's all spread kindness, let's all spread hope, let's all pour into each other's cup. If you know someone who's going through something, send them a message of hope and encouragement. Remind them that they are not alone, and that's how we make the world a better place, guys. Life is not all about just money, chasing the bag, chasing the cars, chasing the houses, chasing all that stuff. Let's all purpose to make life a beautiful place for everyone. Let's all make meaningful relationships. Let's all encourage each other when someone else is feeling low and hopeless and like things are not working out for them. Remind them of how many things they've been through, and they were able to go through them and come out strong on the other side, right? So keep going, guys. Keep going. That's my message for you today, and I hope it resonates with you, and I hope it leaves something in your heart, that if you are the verge of giving up, if you are the verge of feeling like, hey, my God, why are you leaving me alone? Oh, just remember you're not alone, and everything eventually works out. There's always light and there's always joy in the morning. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm sorry I was missing last week. I'm making up for it. I'm dropping 2 episodes this week, so I'm dropping another episode on Thursday, so Wednesday and Thursday. And thank you guys for always being here. Thank you for everyone who messaged me, like telling me, oh, where's the episode, you didn't drop the episode and all that stuff. Because guys, it's easy to give up. It's easy to question, like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I even doing this? Especially in this society we live in, where you're like, oh, you don't have millions of viewers, you don't have 100,000 of viewers, you don't have whatever. But every time I keep reminding myself, why did I start this? Why did I start this podcast episode? Did I start it for millions of viewers? Did I start it for whatever? But no, I started it because if it's gonna resonate with one person somewhere, then my mission is accomplished, right? And I'm grateful because there are people who resonate with my podcast and the message that I pass on every week, and I'm so blessed that I get to do that. It's a blessing that I do not take for granted, and I thank God for. So guys, interact. I hope you listen to all the episodes and they bless you in the same way, and I'll see you on Thursday. You'll hear my voice again on Thursday for the other episode. So stay blessed, guys. Enjoy the remaining days of the week. Stay positive, stay hopeful, hold on to the hope and faith, and be blessed, guys, and see you on the other episode.